Hey guys, what's going on? So recently, I just bought a snare for $35 online from a guy in Ohio. Real great guy. I guess we're friends now. Cool. So, I ended up doing some research and talked to my friend Isra, who ended up finding out that this particular snare was a Rocker Star lug snare. Now, these particular snares were made in the 80s and 90s and were made for lower end kits or beginner players. Now, I don't know how extensively that was made for. I mean, I believe drums are made for everyone, but definitely a beginner snare. Obviously, it's not like No Black Beauty or Superphonic or whatever, but some alterations were done to it. Originally, there was a badge, a black and white badge that was on it. That was taken off. And there was also a muffler, old school muffler, in the drum that was also taken off as well. So the muffler is no longer there, but the holes are. So what the person that had this originally ended up doing was hammering the shell. So they tried alternating the pitch. This might have been a snare that somebody took to experiment with and try something new with. And so the hammer is not bad, but obviously it's not like A1 great. So what I plan on doing is taking this whole entire snare apart, taking all the lugs off, taking the tension rods off, taking bolts and screws and everything, putting them all into this, and then cleaning the shell, cleaning parts, maybe even doing a little bit of tricks I learned from David R. or David Rioff. I'll put his name right here. I don't remember. He's an amazing YouTuber. All the tricks you can think of, I've learned from him. So I'm going to do some of that. And then obviously it'll be a lot of time lapses because I don't want to see all 25 minutes of me doing all this. So I will see you guys in the next clip. We're going to start taking this whole drum apart. I'll see you in time lapse. Here we go. Or go. We're just gonna go. See ya. You can see here the lugs and the shell itself does not look bad just because of the bad hammering that was done here, but outside of that, everything looks really, really great. Here's even the inside of it. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to unscrew all of these, take the lugs off, take the throw off and the butt plate, and gonna then be able to clean the shell. And what I normally do with clean with shell is it's very typical, but I use defecting wipes. They tend to work really, really well and put a nice coat on that. I normally let it dry and wipe it down, and then normally it has a really nice shine to it. So if you want to ask me or comment, you can always message me on my Instagram and we can chat about it. But outside of that, let's get to cleaning this shell and taking these lugs off. Here we go. Alright, so what I was able to find out was this obviously is not the original throw off, and the holes for the throw off are here and here. So what they ended up doing is they drilled into this shell. I'll turn this around so you can see it. They drilled into it underneath these holes so that this particular throw off can fit onto it. Not a problem. I'll just clean the shell and I'll go along from there. This doesn't really hinder me from using it ever again. I just think that they could have done a better job with aligning it, and if you notice, it's just slightly crooked. But it doesn't affect the snares at all, and from what I gathered before, it sounds pretty great, even with this being messed up. So let's clean the shell, and then we will get back to putting everything back on. Everything seems to be looking really well. All of the hardware itself, the lugs, the tension rods, the screws that go to keep the tension, the lugs in are fine. These look very, very like clean and new. The springs don't even touch any part of the lug. So what I was originally going to do, it doesn't even matter because it doesn't. It's quiet. I don't need any dampening or anything in there. So we're good to go with these, and we're gonna get this thing back together. Here we go. So now all that is left is to just put everything back on. I wasn't able to fix the throw off very much because I would literally have to either reposition the throw off or put it in a completely different spot, and it's just not how the snare's going to be. So it's going to be crooked, but the strap holding the snare wires is straight, so it doesn't like no pun intended, like throw off the wires that much at all. So we will get back to get everything back on. I already cleaned the hoops and every other piece of hardware that you saw in the previous time lapse. So all we gotta do is put everything back together. Let's go. Awesome. Now that that's done, the plan is now to get some Q-tips, or the things you put in your ears. I'm drawing a blank right now, but it doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them inside where the tension rods go, inside the lug, and clean these out before I put some white lithium grease in it, so that it's cleaned out and ready to go for the new lithium grease. So here we go. And also, there is a lithium grease, and there's my stuff. Some glue, some keys, and a light. That's my setup. All right, cool. Here we go. Well, so that's pretty much it. You're able to hear the sound, you're able to see the full deconstruction and reconstruction of the snare, and I think it sounds pretty good. Besides the throw off being a little bit crooked, I think it's a really great snare that I can continue to use for the next couple of years and add to my collection. So I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to comment, share, and subscribe, and also check me out on my Instagram at Testa_beat_lessons, or on Facebook at www.facebook.com/TestaBeatLessons. See you guys in the next video. Peace.